Hello everybody, welcome to MJX Movies. Today I'll be yakking the film Conclave, directed by Berger from 2024. Before I get to my review, I'm going to say that if you're not familiar with the Catholic Church or the papacy, you're probably going to have to read a Wikipedia entry or a summary of sorts to kind of get yourself a little caught up, because a lot of this stuff's not going to make the most sense to you. In this movie, the most recent pope has died. The Dean of the Cardinals is charged with administering the conclave, which will choose the new pope. He does so. It turns out as the voting goes along, each prominent candidate to take over the papacy has some major flaws, some reasons why they shouldn't be pope. Along the way, we run into also a nun who interacts with the story, but much like the Catholic Church in general, she doesn't seem to be the most important overall. Editorial. Eventually, we get to the final round of voting, where after basically no one is selected, who is chosen is a little-known cardinal that nobody had known about until just before the conclave had started. After he's voted in, it's revealed that he in fact has a uterus. He has female plumbing, if you'll allow me to be so crass. And in the Catholic Church, female leadership is forbidden, so this is a real issue. But we don't really address that part of it all. We just kind of introduce the idea of what if both worlds could work. And the movie closes, and thus we end this film. So, let me start by saying this movie stars a bunch of people you're going to recognize. Ralph Fiennes, John Lithgow, Isabella Rossellini. Then we've got Sergio also Castellito as the Italian cardinal. Carlos Diaz as the little-known cardinal. And then Lucian Zadi as the African cardinal. Insofar as your interest in Catholicism and faith, I think that'll largely determine your interest with this movie, because that is what this is about. It's funny to me that every single candidate seems to have major crises of faith. Insofar as the actual movie part of this, this looks amazing. The set design is immaculate, which there's an expression that cleanliness is next to godliness, and so too is true of this set. Also, the wardrobe, the costuming for this is fantastic. As it turns out, Catholics really know how to dress up. The score for this, done by Volko Bertelmann, is integral. I question if this movie would be nearly as good or as interesting if you took away the score. I think without the score of this movie, this would be a much different, more boring movie, and many already say this is boring as is. I would say for me, overall, the performances are great. They were muted, they were understated, except for one moment where Ralph Fiennes really let things slip. I enjoyed it, but it, again, is dry and really requires one to be into some deep philosophy and also elections. So, if you're not into any of those things, this might be a nay for you. For me, between yay, nay, and in between, this is yay. But you know what? Hey, maybe you're also into just really fancy costumes, in which case this will also be a yay for you. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Like and subscribe. Cheers.